Hello, everyone. I'm Kaitlyn Plastino from Algoma University, and today I'm going to be talking to you about within and among individual variation in the Connecticut Warbler's extended song type. And this is in collaboration with Dr. Jennifer Foote from Algoma University and Kevin Hanna from Environment and Climate Change Canada. So the Connecticut Warbler is a boreal breeder, and it's one of the wood warblers. They usually breed from eastern BC to western Quebec with a southern boundary of northern Michigan, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. Now, these birds are very difficult to study and are considered to be one of the least studied songbirds in all of North America. And this is because they like to nest in remote areas, they like to nest in thick underbrush, and they're just in general very elusive. And so we have now found that this bird has what they call an extended song. So there are various ways to classify wood warbler repertoires, and we're most interested in using the song system type exhibited by the following genera. So this song system includes a primary song and an extended song, which are also called flight songs in some variations. So the function of the primary songs are usually thought to be for mate attraction and territory defense, and just in general are all purpose. And this is because they're usually sung throughout the dawn chorus or during the day. Extended songs, on the other hand, are thought to be used for potentially territorial intrusions and interactions with females or just in general high intensity encounters. They're also potentially thought to be an alarm call because common yellowthroats give extended alarm calls when humans are present in their territory. Extended songs are also used during the low light conditions or during the night. But in general, we don't really know a lot about the song type because there's quite a large literature gap and mostly the function of the song is unknown. So for example, the most studied species that exhibit this extended song are Ovenbirds and the common yellowthroat. So like other song system 2 species, I predict that the Connecticut Warbler extended song note structure will be variable both within and among individual males. And number 2, that Connecticut Warbler primary songs will occur most frequently during dawn and morning, and extended songs will occur most frequently at evening and dusk. So to make our observations, we use something called autonomous recorders. And so autonomous recorders are useful to study remote areas. And this is because you can set them up and leave them in an area that you don't usually have access to. And they also are really great because they reduce observer bias. So recordings can be viewed in the lab by multiple people, so you don't have to rely on one person's identification skills in the field like you might use for point counts. And also they have really flexible recording schedules, so they can be set to record at different intervals at different times of day. And so, like I said, this makes them really, really valuable to use for hard to study species. So for example, the Connecticut Warbler. And so this is our study site in Northwestern Ontario. So 159 autonomous recorders were deployed by Environment and Climate Change Canada in 2012 and 2016. And they recorded from June 1st to early July. So we received all recorders that were flagged positive for Connecticut warblers, and the recordings usually went from 2 to 2.5 hours before sunrise for 5.5 to 6.5 hours, and 30 minutes before sunset for 2 to 3.5 hours. We used a total of 10 locations for my own study, like you can see here from both Boreal 2012 and Boreals 2016, and that yielded 11 individual males. Sorry about that. So the first 5 days and nights were scanned and annotated for both primary and extended songs and syrinx. So this is an example of a primary song from individual 1129, which is one of the birds that we have in our 2016 data set. And so we use the free sound analysis software called Syrinx to do this, and it basically just allows you to see sound in a form of a spectrogram, which is frequency versus time. So after 5 days, all days and nights were scanned and annotated for extended songs only. So I showed you here a extended song from the same individual. And so you can see that the individual or the extended song consists of flight notes, these other introductory notes, the primary segment, and some ending notes. all recordings were scanned until the end. So I found from these extended songs, I characterized them using letter codes. So as you can see down here, these letter codes are based on the syllable frequency and also the shape of the syllable. So for example, you can see D prime here is all the same shape and same frequency. B, C, the primary segment was counted as one syllable because they're extremely variable. And H, F, G, E, etc. And so we calculated these song versatility indexes for all extended songs, which I'll show you in just a minute. And also we calculated average song length, and the primary and extended song rates were calculated for dawn, morning, evening, and dusk. So the song versatility index is calculated by the number of unique syllables divided by the number of total syllables. So you can see that the number of unique syllables are D prime, B, C, the primary is considered to be 1, H, F, G, E, and A. And divide that by 14 because those are the number of total syllables in this song. And we get a song versatility index of 0.64, which is moderate on this versatility scale because the song versatility index goes from 0 to 1 on versatility, from least versatile to most versatile. So we found that there is significant variation in song versatility index values within and between individuals. So you can see that, for example, individual 1129 is quite versatile with song versatility index values below 0.4 and above 0.8. And we found that individuals 1129 and 1329 were statistically significant to be different from each other in song variation. And individuals 1129 and 1223 were also found to be statistically significant in their song variation. As for song length, we also found that there was significant variation in song length within and between individuals. So for example, you can see that individual 1245 here has quite versatile ranges of song length. So for example, below 5 seconds, and also some that are above 20 seconds in the extended songs. So we found that individuals 1245 and 1153 were statistically significant to be significant in length between each other. And we also found that individuals 1245 and 1289A were statistically significant in song length between each other. As for diel song rate, primary songs were performed most frequently at dawn and least often at dusk, with dawn and dusk being statistically significant and morning and dusk being statistically significant from each other, indicated by the letter codes above. And extended songs were performed most frequently in the evening and rarely in the morning. And all time periods were significant apart from dawn and dusk, which you can see again using the letter codes. So results of song versatility index variations indicate that there's differences in song structure between and within individuals. So this could be an indication of potentially signal quality, and individuals, for example, with larger repertoires could be better at territory defense against newcomers and are the preferred mates among females. Song syllable sharing was also found. So this could be because parts of the song could potentially be learned from neighbors of Connecticut warblers. In the future, song versatility can be compared with song length to make further assumptions about how individuals may vary their songs. So for example, Paul et al. In 2020 found a negative relationship between versatility and song length in Ovenbirds. And this relationship may be due to trade-offs between vocal features. So for example, it's difficult to sing a song that's both long and versatile. This also emphasizes how individuals behave plastically. And we would also like to determine a song syllable repeatability, which would be a greater estimate of how variable the extended song structure is. But unfortunately, we don't really have the data set for that. So that's just something that we would have to have future field data for. But in general, if we could determine the repeatability of syllable structure in Connecticut warblers, we could potentially say that extended songs might function to express reliable information about the signaler if there was significant repeatability. And primary songs were sung frequently at dawn, and this is most likely because they're used for mate attraction and territory defense, which is something known from the literature surrounding primary songs. And also, evening extended songs may suggest that performing before the dusk chorus reduces attenuation and competition. So the dusk chorus is basically just the time of day between the afternoon and the when the sun is like kind of setting, where there's a lot of sound in the forest. So for example, the frogs are singing, the crickets may be singing, other species of bird are singing. And so this singing extended songs at this time might just reduce masking of the individual projecting their own song. And this also could potentially, singing these songs during the evening could also potentially advertise the individual's location, which may be important for extra pair fertilizations. So it's unknown whether or not the Connecticut warbler actually has extra pair fertilizations, and that's something that we would have to figure out in the future. But just in general, this type of bird usually has what they call social mates and then extra pair mates. So social mates are just the male and female pair that does most of their foraging together. They spend most of their time together during when they first meet up in the breeding season. They will, in some cases, build their nest together and potentially sit on their eggs together. And so it's usually in the best interest of the female to actually sneak away from their social mate if they find other mates or other potential male individuals on the adjacent territories that are more fit, or they're better at territory defense, etc. And so they might actually sneak away and participate in these extra pair fertilizations. And so singing these songs, male Connecticut warblers singing these songs during the evening might be beneficial to advertise the male individual's position for females to find for extra pair fertilizations. And so further studying of extended songs in context is needed. So it would be really important to know under which circumstances they're singing. Are they fending off other male intruders? Are they getting close proximity to females? And from this, we could gain a better understanding of extended song function. We also make valid contributions to the study of the song type. So like I said earlier, the most studied species that exhibit this extended song are Ovenbirds and common yellowthroats. So adding another species to this extended song type and the study of this extended song type is quite interesting and important. And we also highlight the value of environmental recordings created for survey purposes. So the entire reason for Environment and Climate Change Canada actually recording at all of these sites were quite different from the study that we're doing right now on these Connecticut warblers, because these recordings were evaluated and they found this new extended song type. And so it's quite important that we actually have these environmental recordings for surveys. And finally, we demonstrate that novel vocalizations are still waiting to be discovered. So while the vocal repertoires of most North American songbirds are considered to be well characterized, there's still a lot of room for more research. And thank you very much. I'd like a special thank you to Lauren Febrero and Jake Alfonso, who helped me with data scanning. And special thank you again to Kevin Hanna, who supplied the recordings from Environment and Climate Change Canada, and Dr. Jennifer Foote for being a wonderful supervisor at Algoma University. Thank you.